Okay, so day 2 of this project, we have some of our detailing already drawn. You should fill in the rest of your shapes, your positive spaces, and those should be filled in also. They don't all have to be creatures or live things, but that usually is what seems to work out, but they don't have to be. Once you have these filled in, now it's time to add designs into the negative space. So I'm going to move to this. These show a couple of different ones that have already been completed. Again, you'll have all of these finished. Then you're going to start adding in little details in this negative space. The area that's around these shapes are the negative space, and you're going to start adding details into those areas. But to make it a little more challenging, what you should do is think of some shapes that might go along with the positive space that you're drawing around. So, for example, on this dragon, I've added some clouds and a castle. I've added a knight with a shield and a sword. Around this chair, you might think about, oh, I'm going to sit in the chair to eat, so I would add these sorts of details here. Around this bird, he looks kind of just funny, silly. I've added eggs. I've added just some hearts, just for fun. You don't want to choose the same shape and add it throughout the whole picture. That's not as interesting. You want to be more creative with your detailing than that. So, for example, on this design, we have some sort of alligator or crocodile. So we've drawn in some fish. It looks like he's chasing fish, maybe some bubbles, things like that. So depending upon what your shape is or your positive space is, that's the sort of detailing you would add into the negative space out here. So sometimes it's easy to think of things that go along, and then sometimes you can be a little bit more like, oh, I'm really not sure what this could be, so maybe for this guy I'm just going to add some dots and circles. You can do that sometimes for some of your shapes that are a little more difficult, but usually you can come up with some actual pictures. But you want to keep it very, very simple. You want to draw them very small because you want the focus to be on the positive shapes and what their detailing has, not so much on all these little pictures in the negative. The negative space is just simply filled in with the smaller pictures.